evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. I'm so glad you're all here tonight. Even if you're not here, I am confident that someone will be here soon. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here tonight on this beautiful Wednesday
Oh, I
evening.
can't hear anything now.
Uh-oh. So, ladies and
What?
gentlemen, I am honored to introduce a couple of guys. He's having issues hearing. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Just a moment. Stand by. Why is it always has to be something happening, right? First of all, the gentleman right in the middle is Mr. John Ludwig. Can you hear me, John?
I can't
Yes,
hear
I can hear you and
anything.
I can hear Sean, but Sean apparently can't hear us.
Poor Sean. Sean's in the dark. So
Oh boy.
let me see. He can't hear me, so I'm going to tell him to go out and come back in. You know, it was working fine right before we went out, and then
Yeah.
it never fails. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad you're all here tonight. I know you're on your way. We're going to give you a moment. So this is maybe we let him go back out. Let's see if he gets back in. I'm hoping and praying that he gets to make it back in. Let's try it again. Hey, Sean, can you hear me now? Yes, John, see if he
Okay.
can hear you.
Maybe you could hear me this
No,
time.
still can't hear John.
So weird. That's okay. I'll play translator. I'll try to play translator.
Okay.
So welcome, gentlemen. It's so nice to have you here. I was thrilled when y'all agreed to come on the show. Let me lose my voice here. I hope not. Gosh, the only thing I really need this voice. That's what I need.
Yes.
So I had the honor of listening to a little bit of your songs. I try not to listen to the entire videos. I always do that because I want to be just as surprised as our audience is. But before we get into that, let me let you tell us a little bit about yourselves. Why don't we start with you, Mr. John? Go ahead, John Ludwig. Why don't you tell us
Yes.
a little bit about yourself, where you're from, whatever you'd like to share?
Okay. Well, I am originally a St. Louisan, and I moved around in the north-south world, everywhere from Little Rock to Grand Rapids, but I've been in the Chicago area now since 1998. We would say it's the South Side. Chicago, you define by what you are, north, south. You know, it defines what baseball team you follow, things like that, right? And
Right.
so musically, I've had a guitar since high school, started playing bagpipes after college. You know, I did the guitar with the harmonica on it, and, you know, for many years. And very early on, I found myself wanting to express myself by writing songs. You know, I was like, I loved playing songs that were already out there that I was listening to and learning them. But then I would go and I would try to, you know, I just needed some way to express myself. So this whole songwriting thing started. And then life kind of happened and I got a little out of it for a long time. But around the year 2000, it started coming back to me. I had my wife at the time was diagnosed with cancer, and that sort of set off a creative spark, I guess, you know, as a way to deal with stuff. And so my first album, actually, it was following her passing, but it was called Grief, Loss, and Hope for Tomorrow. And it came out 9/11/01.
Wow. September
Yeah.
11th on top of it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, it was a thing that was given to me to do, and I did it. And then I, of course, had no idea this would happen that way. But
Wow. Well, first of all, let me
yes.
say I'm very sorry for your loss. I really am. I've lost a couple of family members recently. It's very difficult. I'm
Yeah.
really sorry. I can't imagine. I mean, gosh, it's just terrible. It's hard to lose people that we love. It's hard to lose anyone, but it was somebody we've built a life with. It's very difficult. So go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to tell you that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. And then you know, since that kicked off kind of a music career, if you will, that was like I have a full-time engineering job at the time. I have a chemical engineering background. And at that point, I would be doing all this music stuff on the side, and I found other music people like the Chicago Songwriters Collective, which is a group I'm now president of.
Very
And
nice.
yeah, and so you know, this whole music, you know, I released 4 more albums and start meeting people, and then like Out of the Whirlwind happened. It began the beginning of this year. You know, I knew Sean, I knew Dennis. I said, why don't we try to get together? Let's do something, you know. And so that's how that began. You know, just putting a few pieces together.
Nice. So y'all met just this year, the beginning of the year, huh?
Well, no, actually, Sean and I go back about 5 years through a
Okay.
nonprofit that I'm the executive director of. That's called These Streets Are Holy. And
Nice.
our event we played at last night was our fundraiser. So that I get to wear multiple hats in the course of things. And
Wow. So how did y'all do well on your fundraiser? I hope so.
yeah, we were pleased. It's one of those things. Someone said, "What's your goal?" And I'm like, rather than put some number out, I'm like, well, if people gave from their heart, that's really all I ask. And I think that is
Absolutely.
certainly what happened. So I
Wow,
feel
that's
like we should engage Sean a little because he's just sitting there and
I
he
know, and he
can't hear.
can't hear you. So Sean
It's,
can hear me,
it's
right?
funny. I can't hear John, but it's like I know what he's saying.
You are
You know,
that's how long you've known each other. So let me
we're
that's
kindred
so great.
spirits.
I love it. And I want to get back in a moment. I want to talk about the bagpipes because that is rare. I've never had anyone on the show yet that plays bagpipes. Sean, let me get your last name, make sure I've got that right. Sean Mitchell. Why don't you tell me
Yes.
a little bit about yourself, sir?
You know what? I am a guy. Music is my first love. I have actually. My mother said that the first time I put a microphone in my hand and sang publicly when I was 4 years old. They would
Oh,
literally put me up in a chair in our church choir, and I would sing. The first song I sang was a song called "Trouble in My Way,"
oh my
and
gosh.
yeah, I sing that song to this day at different churches and things like that. But yeah, music background come from our family was musically inclined. We had a family group. Um, And so from there, I went to started singing in college. I went to Oakwood College, which was Oakwood University now in Huntsville, Alabama. And it's really known for music. One of the most notorious groups to come out of that college was Take Six. And a lot of people, they like kind of scoff at the fact when I tell them the sound that Take Six has, nothing against Take Six. I mean, they're great. But Take Six will tell you that sound was prevalent all on campus. You could go to any steps at any dormitory on any given day and hear that specific sound.
You would hear that
But
sound. Okay.
yes, but they made it public. That tight harmony sound. They made that a commercial sound, and of course they won several Grammys as a result of that sound.
Nice.
So yeah, then from there I had a CD out in the '90s with a group called Two Max, and it didn't do too much, but it gained a little noise around the Chicagoland area. We had a song called Step, which was number rotated 1, 2, and 3 in the Steppers night pool in our area, and then
That's nice.
from there just kind of did different things. I started more going into the away from the secular world and more into the positive music and gospel and what have you. And John and I'm sure John mentioned to you something about our providential encounter, and how we actually met.
No,
This
no.
Actually,
was
Sean should tell the story.
You go ahead.
what,
I
what,
want to
I
hear
didn't
this
get to
now.
it, it turns out.
really. Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you how John and I met.
Okay.
We met through his wife Jill.
Okay.
Um, I own an after-school tutorial, homework, mentoring. We do summer camps and the whole nine. We're the full gamut for children. And his wife came to the facility that we're in for something else. But what she came for was they had canceled it. It was going to be for another day. But I guess she didn't get the memo.
Oh, okay.
So she came anyway. And when she
Okay.
came in at that particular moment, we were practicing, rehearsing for a Christmas performance that we were getting ready to do later on in the day.
With the kids.
So anyone
With
that
the
knows
kids,
me,
John said. John
I'm
said
very
with the kids.
particular. Yes,
I'm interrupting because you can't hear him. He said with the
yeah.
kids. Okay, go ahead.
Oh yes, with the kids. So I'm very particular with music in general, especially
Yes.
when I have children. That you have to make sure they stay on task and not distracted. So
Yeah,
she was
that's got to
wanting
be
to come in and
difficult.
hear us, and I was like, no, we're not doing that, you know. And my wife said, well, but she just wants to come in and just hear you. I was like, no, we're not doing that. And so my wife went against my wishes and allowed Jill to come on in.
Okay.
And so, you know, I've got the stern face. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're trying to rehearse and the whole,
Because you're
but
trying
she
to keep it
stayed.
on in line. Yes.
Right. And she heard us, and then she said, my husband is doing something. He needs some background singers for the song, and we think you guys would be
Nice.
perfect. And I said, okay, send me the song. We'll listen to some background. I'll do some background for him. Long story short, it was the greatest move that we had done.
Wow.
And then that's 3 songs later, 2 Grammy pushes later,
Mhm.
That's
and here,
amazing.
here we are. So it's not what we think is best, is
Yes.
what he thinks is best.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say because
Yeah.
there is no, we talk about this every week on our show, pretty much every week. I don't believe in there's no coincidences. You know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason.
Right.
And he's got everybody that you're
Absolutely.
going to meet lined up, and he knew. That's
Yes.
so
Yes.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love
I
that.
And
would not have had Jill come in that room. I
Wow.
wouldn't
Yeah.
have.
And it
And
just
my
worked
wife,
out.
and my wife usually doesn't contradict me like that. You
She
know
just,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
I mean,
well,
we're pretty much on the same page.
Yes.
So
Well,
Jill
thank
has
God
that
she
everything
did.
effect
happens.
on people, though. I mean, Jill can do that to people.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said Jill could do that to people. I hate that you
Oh
can't hear
yeah,
me.
yes, yes, she is convincing.
Real quick, let me shout out to Ron Hayden. Hi, Ron. Thank you
Yeah.
so
Hi,
much.
Ron.
He said, AKA Piper Johnny, I guess because the
Yeah.
bagpipes, I'm guessing. And
Oh
Miss
yeah.
Sarah is here. Hello, Miss Sarah. Can someone that is on our Facebook say something? Because I don't know if the comments are working on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I see it right now. Sarah, can you go over to my Facebook, honey, and send me a message real quick? Because they're all on YouTube right now. So I just want to make sure that it's working okay. Wow, that's cool. So I am really glad that y'all met each other because look what's come out of it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I
Look what's
had
come
met
out of the
Dennis.
whirlwind.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Well, and Dennis had started coming to the Chicago
Yes, yes.
Songwriters Collective meetings. And, I knew he had this heart for gospel. And I
nice.
mean, he called what he did, which is actually our first song, he called it gospel pop, right?
Gospel pop.
Because it's
Okay.
not straight up, it's not one singer belting stuff out and a choir of 50 back there, vocal. It's a little different sound. I call it new gospel, nouveau gospel, gospel pop, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, we're centered.
Yes,
You can tell where we're coming from. So
yes. Absolutely. I love the sound. I do. I really do like it. And it's hard because I don't want to interrupt you, um, Sean, but I got to tell you when he's talking.
Yeah, let me know what he's saying.
You know what? I'm going to make a signal. Like I'm going to raise this finger when he's talking because I don't want to interrupt him either. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. It's so weird that you can't hear it. What's the reason for that, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, D Hestlow. D Hestelo. Do you know who that is? I can put the comments up on the screen.
um,
Hello. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for joining
yeah,
us. We appreciate it. So, gentlemen, I'm glad you can both hear me. Sarah is doing
right.
me a favor because I don't know if the comments are working on Facebook. Either way, I'm so grateful that everyone is commenting through YouTube. And let me tell you, while you're on our YouTube, if you could, please subscribe. We're trying to get more subscribers.
I did that certainly.
Thank you so much. It's so funny. My husband keeps saying we need to use YouTube Live for the radio portion because Facebook keeps muting us. And I said, I think we have to have 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
So
I
we
know.
only have, like, we got to get people to subscribe. She said, I get a notification, Carolyn, every time you're online. Oh, well, that's great. I'm so
Yeah.
glad. I'm so
You got to
glad to
hit
see
the
you on
little
here.
bell on the subscribe
Yeah,
thing, and then you
the
get
little
the
bell. Hit the bell.
notifications.
You can ring that bell. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
I won't even try. I won't even try. So, gentlemen, let's get to the music, shall we?
All right.
I'm super excited about all of these songs. I really am, because I know in my heart that they're going to help a lot of people, touch a lot of people. They've already touched me the little bit that I listened. So this first song that we're going to play tonight, I think it's a brand new song, right? How long ago did you write this song or release it? Don't forget.
Well, actually, that's Dennis's song. I don't know
Okay.
exactly when he wrote it, and we really weren't planning on that being our first recording either
Oh,
for the
okay.
band. We started the beginning of the year. We said, let's get an album out. We'll try to get it in the Grammy Gospel category, and
Yes.
that was in January. It's like, and then it was February. Well, the deadline for that's kind of the end of August, and in early August, like, guys, we got to figure something out here quick. What can we go in and do? And we decided this was one of the songs we hadn't really done much with, but having the kids on it, I'm like, this is the way to go. Let's do
Yes.
that with the kids. So
Oh
we
my
we
gosh.
really got after it hard and got that thing out, and you'll hear the result of it. But
Oh, great. I'm excited for everyone to hear this. I don't mean to interrupt, but I have to. Sarah is on our Facebook and it is working. She's on my Facebook. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Thank you so much. I just wanted to make sure. So y'all please comment Facebook and YouTube. Let me get that back off. All right. Sorry about that. I'm excited. I'm so
yeah,
excited. I can't wait for people to hear this because I played this as the commercial and it's just that little 30-second spot of it. So I want them to hear the whole thing. It's beautiful. Who is the primary singer on this?
That's Dennis.
Dennis is singing
Jackson.
it. Okay. Dennis,
yeah,
man, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. I love the energy in it. It's got such a cool, uplifting beat. A really nice deal. I really
yeah.
like it. And the lyrics are simple, but so spot on. I really like it.
Right,
So let's
right.
play it. I can't wait to see the video. I only saw a little bit. I try not to cheat, guys.
John, did
Okay.
you send the actual video? Because it just dropped
Yes.
today.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
the
It
actual
was this
video.
morning.
We're so
We
excited.
knew we were going to be on this show, so it was like, okay, this was a deadline, and
Yes,
we
I'm
made
so
it.
glad y'all got it. I'm so excited about this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a brand new song called "Don't Forget," and Dennis Jackson, who unfortunately couldn't join us tonight, he's the other member. He is singing on here, and he's got some great kids helping him. I can't wait for you to hear it. So listen to the words to this; they're just really uplifting and inspiring. Here we go. Are you ready, gentlemen?
We are ready.
Yes, yes.
Yay! Okay, here we go. Here's "Don't Forget" by Out of the World Whirlwind. Got to make sure I say it right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
World premiere.
Ooh, don't forget, you're a child of God. Don't forget who you are and whose you are. 'Cause the enemy will tempt you when you least expect. Don't forget, you're a child of God. Oh yeah, don't forget, you're a child of God. Don't forget, you're a child of God. Don't forget who you are and whose you are. 'Cause the enemy will tempt you when you least expect. Don't forget, you're a child of God. Oh yeah, don't forget, you're a child of
Wow. I love that song. Well done, man. That is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Tell us about this song. It is in the process of being nominated for a Grammy. Is that what I heard, or how does that work?
Yeah, well, I can explain that.
Okay.
I describe the Grammy world as like in all of music, all these songs are released every day. I want to say the number is like 20,000 a day in Apple Music. An
Right.
incredible amount of music goes out there. And then you can submit to the Grammys. And if you make it, I describe that as it's like you made the playoffs in a sport. You know how
Okay.
there's typically, depending on the sport, there may be 12 teams make the playoffs or something, whatever it is. You made the playoffs. And then there's this first round of voting, which is what just finished. And if you got out of that in making the finals, so to speak, you would then be nominated. And then from the nomination, there's one more round of voting, and then someone wins, right? And typically 5 people are nominated.
Okay.
So we made that first round of the playoffs, if you will, and now
That's
we're
awesome.
hoping to make the next round.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, I'm going to pray for you guys. Is there anything that's all voted on by a committee, right? I mean,
No,
us as
I'm a voting Grammy member actually. So
I know. What
I
about
voted
us?
for our song,
Of course, I would hope so. Well, how do regular folks, I mean, that aren't part of that, do they get to help out in any way? Is there a place we can go to vote
No,
or no?
no, no. You have to be a Grammy member of voting
Okay.
status. Not everyone's a voting member, but I've been a Grammy member for over 20 years. Officially, it's
Wow.
the Recording Academy. The National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences is the official one.
Wow. That must be very exciting to be involved with that. I mean,
Yeah,
not
I
everyone
mean,
What's
gets
he
that.
saying?
Yeah,
I've
about the Grammy being a voting member for the Grammys. Yeah, that's big. I mean, to me, that's big because not
yeah,
I don't know anyone. I've never met anyone that does that.
I've
So to me, that's
been
a
to
big
the
deal. I mean, I haven't
Grammys
met that many people.
probably six, seven
Yeah.
times maybe by now. Actually, if you're a Grammy member, it's not a guarantee that you'll get in, but
Yeah,
I have actually been able to go 6, 7 times the actual award show. And
man. That's nice. So he said he's got to go about 6 or 7 times to the award show. So it's
Yeah.
funny,
Yeah.
not funny, but it is kind of. Sean cannot hear. I don't understand why, but he cannot hear John.
yeah,
So Marie said she loved the children singing along, and I did too. I mean, I that added. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Really, I always love it when you have a children's choir because they're
mm,
so innocent and they sound so good. It just gives it that. Oh my gosh, it gives you
Yeah.
that those goosebumps. It really
It
does.
was so much fun shooting the video as well. I mean, they're, very mild mannered children. It was actually nice. Chicago with our weather, you never know what it may be like,
Yeah.
but we actually had a nice day to get out and
Yay.
do it. And so everything lined up that day. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, when something's meant to be, it's kind of hard to stop it, I think.
I
I
mean,
think
that's right. That's right.
man, that's beautiful. Well, I know me and all of our viewers, I'm going to be praying for you guys. The
Thank
Marie
you.
said the
Thank you.
video was great.
Mhm.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Thank
Marie.
Thank
you.
you,
Yes,
Thank
Marie.
you.
I agree, and I'm so glad to see that our Facebook is working. It seems like it takes a minute because they used to have a thing where they would notify us on Facebook, but now they've
Mhm.
changed it. And they put it somewhere else, and I can't find it.
Mm,
So I just
Oh,
have to put the YouTube one, and I don't know, but it takes a minute, but it gets going. It comes back. It comes back.
right.
that's right. That's right.
So we're gonna keep hoping for the best for that song, and it's called "Don't Forget" by Out of the Whirlwind. So
Yeah.
y'all,
Officially, the full title is "Don't Forget You're a Child of God."
okay, don't forget you're a child of God. So at the Grammys, whenever they are, when are the Grammys?
They're February
November
5th, I
15th,
believe.
right?
That's a long time to remember, y'all, but y'all try to remember. Try to
Well,
remember. Wait a minute.
actually, on the 15th, which is what 6 days from now, is when the
Yes.
nominations are announced. So in
Oh my
6 days,
gosh.
we will know if we made the finals, as I described.
Oh my God. Well, please message me if and when you
Oh yeah,
do. Okay, for
I
real, because I want to share it with all of our viewers. And Ron says, "Great job, John and Sean." I know that's a big deal, isn't it, Ron? Gosh, that's
yeah.
amazing. I think
I'm
that's
so glad
incredible.
Ron was our
We'll definitely let you
intermediary
know,
of
Carolyn.
connecting me to you, Carolyn.
Oh,
Ron was the previous president of the Chicago Songwriters Collective before me, and then I got in, and it was like 2006, and we never had another election. It was like a for life assignment, apparently. So
oh wow.
yeah.
That was
Anyway,
it, huh? That was it.
Yeah.
So Marie said prayers, you make the finals. Yes, we're gonna all be praying for you guys for real.
Thank you, Maurice.
Oh, she's so sweet. I'm telling you, we are so blessed to have so many wonderful viewers and listeners. Without them, we wouldn't even be doing this. And we've grown and we just get so many talented people from all over the place. Ron was on our show. What a great guest. I mean, we just had so many. And we've
Yeah.
got all types of music. We even had our first hip hop artist a while back. And that was
Cool.
yeah, that was actually really exciting. It was,
Yeah.
and I liked it because it was clean lyrics, but they were a good message. And I'm all
Sure.
about that.
Yeah.
If it's a good
Yeah.
message, if it's something uplifting, and it was just like encouraging, and I really enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed
Yeah.
everybody we've had on the show. A lot of
It's
gospel, a lot of country, a lot of not too much heavy rock yet, but hey,
Mhm.
we're still going.
But yeah,
That's
the
right.
hip
That's
hop
right.
stuff. Let me say, it is not as
Yeah,
easy.
you know,
as
it's the
think.
people that
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, wait. And I hate it that you can't hear him. Okay, wait. Let's let Sean go ahead, Sean.
No, I was just saying, you know, it's the people, the motivation is the energy that we get from the people. I mean,
Yes.
when we did our first video was called These Streets Are Holy, and John was getting feedback from people overseas in like Australia and Germany,
Wow.
you know, that was really, they heard the song and they said, hey, you know, when are you going to have a video for that song? And that's what sparked the interest to have the video, was from the overseas energy that we were getting.
Oh
And
my
you know,
gosh.
that's been what, about, you know,
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 years ago now, you know. So
Wow.
yeah,
So to be able to touch people overseas and them ask, to me, that in itself is incredible because you're reaching people from everywhere, literally everywhere.
absolutely, yes,
Yeah.
That is,
Well,
that's what you have to love
God.
about music, you know.
Yes.
I
I
mean,
mean, and no matter what, even if there's a language barrier, just the music itself will touch
that's
people
right.
too,
yeah.
The
Gosh,
only
Well, that was
that's,
thing,
our nonprofit, These Streets Are Holy. And the interesting thing, and you can appreciate this in a world of likes, Carolyn. I mean, our
yes.
Facebook page at this point is, I think, 139,000 likes. But
What? I didn't even notice that.
the vast majority of them are,
139,000 likes. Go
yeah.
ahead.
But most of them are in, I mean, most of them aren't even in Christian countries. They're in like Indonesia, which is a Muslim country, or one of our other big countries is Nepal, which is Buddhist. And so, but a
Wow.
message like These Streets Are Holy can touch
Yes.
anyone. You know what I'm saying? So,
Wow.
you,
What an amazing accomplishment. I mean,
yeah, you
really,
just
that is
never
huge.
know where you're going. And you know, I'd like to think, you know,
Oh,
he certainly sent me on that journey. And at the
yeah.
beginning of that journey, I quite literally asked, why are you picking me? You know,
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd pick me to do this. I mean, how am I qualified? You know, and
Wow.
that's the old line: the Lord doesn't send the equipped; He equips the sent. Right?
That's true. If he chooses you to do something, he's going to equip you with everything you need to.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. That's
yes, yes,
beautiful. I love
that is
that.
very true. I mean,
Oh my
and
gosh.
we want this music to be exposed to everyone, because there's so much more that we have to bring to people. I mean,
Yes.
everyone in the group is multi-talented. You know, John plays bagpipes,
I
a
can't believe
harp,
that.
guitar. You know, I play drums and keys and sing. You
Wow.
know, so it's
Well, for the
Dennis
fact
is
that
on trumpet.
I
So
know,
it's, yeah,
and for him to bring y'all together because he knows you're going to do great things and you're going to get the word out. You're going to get his message out and spread his
that's
love
right.
and his joy and his. That's beautiful. And just don't
Yes,
forget you're a child of
yes,
God. I mean, that's we
yes.
honestly we talk about that pretty much every week on the show about we got not we people have to stop being afraid to bring God into things. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
ashamed. I'm
yeah.
not afraid, and I always will bring
yes.
it because
And,
without him, I wouldn't be doing any of this either. Because he just set everything in motion, and I'm like,
right.
okay, well, I guess
And
we're
think
gonna
of,
fight.
right, absolutely. And think
Yeah.
about that. If we really look at that aspect of a child, don't forget that you're a child of God. If
Yes.
we as parents, we know how we love. And what's the scripture that says, you being who you are, think that you can give good gifts? But your
Yeah.
heavenly Father, don't you think he can give way better gifts than
Yeah.
us? You know,
And then
so when you really put your mind to think, we're children of God. How what do we do? We'll do anything for our children,
that's
you
true.
know.
We will.
So he
Mhm.
will
We
do
will.
anything for us. All we have to do is ask,
That
you
is
know.
true. That
Yeah.
is so true. And I tell everybody all the time, every show pretty much, that, all these years I've been trying to do this and trying to do this with my music. And then all of a sudden he just opened up the doors. He said, okay, you're going to do this, this, this. I'm like, whoa, all at one time. And like, okay,
Absolutely.
it wasn't the right time, whatever, you know what I mean? Whoops, I'm dropping my phone. Marie said, we need more of this in the world. God needs to be in our lives more. Amen to that.
Yes.
Hold on, I dropped my phone.
Yes, absolutely, Maurice.
Thank you for that comment about me being a writer, a gospel writer, Ron. I was going to say too, and I don't know if you had the album art available to put on screen, but part of our album art was that it isn't just about being a literal child. There was this idea that you're a child at whatever age you are, you can be. So the album art was actually the picture, the side of Sean's head looking in a mirror of like a young,
let me see,
young version of himself, and so even though the years have gone by, you can still see that child inside you.
I love that. That was so clever with the reflection of himself in the mirror. And I thought that was really cool. Let me get it. Hold on. It won't, I think I can do it. Hang on.
You want to see the side profile that was there?
Yeah, it was good. That was a great idea. I love it. Very good.
It was the other side.
That was the other side. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I hope I still have it in here. I know I do.
Yeah, we only had 50 emails and messages going.
Yeah, we had a lot, didn't we, John? John's like, oh my God, more? You need more? No, you know what? I think the only picture I have is on the album, and it won't let me download it as a photo. I'm sorry.
Oh,
darn! I'm sorry. I think it's on one of the songs, though. I think. I hope we're gonna find out. So speaking of songs, let's get to the next song, and I'll see if I can find it. The next song is, now, first of all, let me just say how much I've always loved this song in general. The song Imagine by John Lennon. It is my husband, one of our favorite songs. It is so beautiful. And I mean, because we do karaoke for people and all that, all of us, and when somebody sings that song, it just pulls at your heartstring, because it's like, God, can you just imagine? You know what I mean? And y'all have taken that song and rewritten the lyrics, and oh my gosh, I love that song before. Now I think I love your version even better. Who wants to tell me a little bit about Imagine?
Okay, well, I'll start it off. I used to ride a train.
Go ahead.
I used to ride a train to work every day. I had like a 40-minute ride. And I remember one evening I'm going home, and I don't know exactly how it came to me, but this idea, like, I always felt John Lennon was on a guy in a spiritual journey, but he didn't get to complete it, And the song Imagine is that rare song that can touch people without them understanding why it touches. You know what I'm saying? It's so deep. It just lands at this place that just connects at this really deep level. And that's why, like you were saying, everyone just loves that song. It connects.
Yeah.
And so I started saying, well, suppose, the first line wasn't imagine there's no heaven, but imagine you're in heaven.
Yeah.
Your time on earth is through, and I start rolling with this idea, and, you'll hear the lyrics when we play it, but, this idea came, and then Sean and I it was the first time, like I said, it was fairly early in our collaboration days, and he had come over and we're sitting around my kitchen table. We're trying to write a song. It was going to be called, let's see, what was it? Divine Burden was the name. We never finished the song, but it was about this idea. Sometimes you're given kind of a hard task, it's like a burden, but it was divinely assigned. Was it really a burden? And so somewhere in the course of this, we're struggling through a verse and a chorus. I said, I did this thing. I rewrote Imagine. Sean's eyes lit up, and he's like, I always wanted to record that song. He said, well, let's do it. And then this idea of making it more gospel, which happens about 4 minutes into the version, came up. And once again, when you see this video with the kids in it, it just takes it to this place. Get
ready, y'all. It's going to be great.
So.
Oh, I can't wait. Sean, is there anything you want to add about Imagine before we play it?
Just to your point of what you were saying earlier, I had anticipated doing this song myself.
Yes.
And so when John came to me about the song, I was like, John, I was going to do this song. Let's do it. So it was like, It was
It's
a
meant to be.
win-win all the way.
That's
Oh,
amazing. You both
and
had the same mindset. I mean, I think that's
Yes,
amazing
yes.
because you both see something that needs to be told. Wow, that's beautiful. Go
well,
ahead,
and
John. What were you going to say?
I was going to have you ask Sean to tell the
Okay.
story of the day we shot the video.
Okay. So he said to ask you, Sean, John said to ask you about the day y'all shot the video to Imagine.
Oh,
Must be a good
okay.
story.
It was, again, this is un-Chicago like, but it was, I want to say it was probably about 98 degrees.
Wow. So
And
the weather,
again, the children were the best. I mean,
my
you couldn't
gosh.
really tell it was that hot outside. The
Wow.
bees were swarming, and they were just staying right on task, doing everything that was asked of them that day. So yeah,
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
it was great.
Are the kids a children's choir actually, or are they just, I mean, all different
Yes,
kids from
yes, we
everywhere? I
do.
mean, I know they're so good.
Yeah, academics is a big thing. Is what we do, but we're a organization that we seek talent, and if we see talent, we try to help develop that talent as well.
Nice.
So I'm a big, I was a, a great athlete. I'm saying that modestly, but I was a
Yes.
great athlete, but it wasn't the athleticism that sustained me through college. It was a music scholarship. So
Oh,
if it
okay.
wasn't for music, I wouldn't have even went to college. So
Wow.
I try to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to dabble into something else other than academics.
Yes. Very
So
important.
we established a work study performing arts choir. Didn't know where it was going to go. I just knew I had to have one. Everyone that knows me know Sean and music, they're like this.
Yeah.
So,
You're
and
like,
this is my business. We've been in business for almost 30 years. I had to have
wow.
something that we can develop and cultivate music. And so
Oh my
it
gosh.
just kind of all gelled together. Like you said, there's no coincidences
I
of what happened.
Yeah, I mean, if when you look back, and I know you and John, I'm sure have done it. I do it now that I'm older. I look back at the sequence of events, and I'm like, there's, and then you get to where you expect it. I expect it. I mean, I just
Mhm.
know that he's gonna, whatever it is, he's gonna take care of it. I'm not,
That's
you know
right.
what I mean. I used to
That's right.
worry so much, and now I'm just like, I told my husband, can you hold on, Spencer? Wait,
I
Grandma's
always
doing the
say,
show.
consider the lilies.
Yes, no, that's true. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying
Yeah,
life is perfect because it's difficult a lot, but I try to look on the side that, he got me through this far. He's going to keep getting me whatever it is. He's going to keep guiding me and leading me
that's
and
right.
helping me.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that. So let's get to Imagine. I'm really,
All
really
right.
excited about this. Ooh, I heard just a little bit. I can't wait to hear it. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the rewritten song Imagine. Check it out.
Follow
Get
it all the way through the end. It's raw, all the way to the end. Watch the very end.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have another viewer on here, Dale Lee. He joined us for the first time at the radio show when I was doing it on Facebook Live. Welcome, Lee. That was me on
Uh,
YouTube. Oh, okay. Nice. So here we go. Here is Imagine rewritten by
yeah.
Out of the Whirlwind. Here we go.
Reimagined.
Reimagine. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Reimagine. I like that even better. Here we go.
Imagine you're in heaven. Your time on earth is through. Eternal joy is waiting as Jesus welcomes you. Imagine all the people living for God's will. Imagine peace perfected, like only He can do. No more warring madness and hatred is over too.
Wow, that was so beautiful. Uh-oh, we lost Sean. Let's see where he is. Can you still hear me? Okay, hold on. Let me bring you back
Yeah.
on. I don't know what happened. We lost you. Man, that is so beautiful. Let me tell you what a couple of the people said. Marie said, love this. And again, a fabulous video. Love the song Imagine, especially the tune. And I said, me too, because I do. And Ron said, great reworking, guys. Man, that is a beautiful song. That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
God.
There's
I
that
love
point
it.
where the
Maurice and
gospel
Ron, thank
build
you.
hits.
Yes.
Yeah, and one of my favorite part, of course, is at the very end, I have to say. That
Little
caught me
guy
off.
goes down.
That was so, oh, I just wanted to hug him. I mean, not kid. I just wanted to hug that little boy. 'Cause
That fell down. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
really
funny
just
'cause
want to hug him. I just want to hug him and say, oh, you did such a great job. All of them. All of them.
yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes.
He
That's
got right
beautiful.
up and kept chugging after all the bigger kids, you know.
Yeah,
He didn't let it slow him
that
down.
was so perfect. That was so perfect. It's like there's not even a word to describe it except for perfect. Man.
And you know,
Sarah
you
said
can't
nice.
script that. That whole shoot was unscripted. We honestly
Really?
just made it up as we went.
Wow. Well,
So,
y'all need to do that more often and let people just go from the heart because that's beautiful. It really is.
Yes.
So let's go to the next song.
okay.
Gosh, that's so pretty. So pretty. So the next song I have on my list is called Peace. John, do you want to tell us about that? Or
Well, this is Sean's song, so it's his.
Sean, tell us about the song Peace.
Peace was it's part of my relationship series of songs that I'm putting out, you know, just encouraging people to hang in there. You know, everyone thinks you can put one foot in the water and one foot out for marriage and relationships. Relationships in 2022 are very, very important. And
Yeah, they are.
it's not always going to be, you know, a perfect scenario, but if you can just have peace, and the way you go about finding peace is to make sure that you have a relationship with our Heavenly Father.
Beautiful,
That,
Sean.
that
That's
that's
beautiful.
that's peace. So
That is
that's what this
beautiful.
song
Yeah,
is about.
because it does give you that peace, that interior. No
That's
matter what,
right.
you have that peace, and
Yeah,
it's
you
yeah,
know, happiness and all that is a roller coaster.
yeah,
If you do good to me, I'll do good to you. That's happiness. But joy, it doesn't matter what goes on around me. I still can have, you know, aspirations. I still can have optimism. I can still have
yes.
peace. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
because if I got to where I even quit watching the news, honestly, I did because it was just
Same
it
here.
was it was so negative and it was destroying
Yes,
my really. I don't even watch
that's
the
right.
news. Somebody will say, "Did you hear about that?" I'm like, "No," because I quit
No,
watching the
I'm the same
because
way,
all was
Carol.
so
I
negative.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
And
right.
I mean, eventually it just wears on you and wears. And I don't know. I'm just like, God, is that what they want? They want us to just keep getting negative as a society. We got to keep this up to try to be optimistic. So Marie said,
Yes.
he's great. And I love the runoff. She's talking about the little boy at the end. That was so
Yeah.
perfect with all the kids running up. And Marie
Yeah.
said, true. Yes, it's true. It's very, very true. So I'm excited to hear this. So, so are you ready? Do you have anything else you want to say about peace before I play the video,
No,
Sean?
I just hope that the message in this song is received by everyone.
Oh gosh, I just have a good feeling that it will be. Are y'all ready, ladies and gentlemen? Are you ready, John?
I am ready.
Oh gosh, I'm excited. Make sure I've got the right. Wait, did I put the song in here yet? I got so excited. Hang on, let me get the song in here. It only takes a minute, but I got distracted. Imagine that. I joke about that all the time. Like, imagine that, me being distracted. There it is. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Oh, I'm so excited. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
I just want peace. I don't wanna go to sleep tonight, assuming that you are alright. Just wanna know that you're okay. I'm not trying to make you see it my way. Just wanna have peace tonight with the one peace.
Don't want to fuss and fight. We are so strong, and we both feel always right. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's about letting you know that you're the only one I want. Just wanna have peace tonight with the one I love. Just wanna have peace tonight. Not asking for nothing more. Just wanna have peace tonight. Before we close our eyes, let's have peace.
Tomorrow is no guarantee, and I'll never forget how far we've come. But as I lie here beside you, nothing matters at all. I don't care who's to blame. My love will never change. I wanna have peace tonight. Where do we find it? I gotta have peace tonight. Oh, where do we find it? I need to have peace tonight. Where do we find peace? 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 In you.
I searched the whole world
I
over.
searched the whole world over.
I searched the whole world
I
over.
searched the whole world over, but I never found peace till I found it in you.
And it's finger to the sky, say you. It's you. And it's finger to the sky, say you.
I'm committed to you. You see, I gotta have peace. To you. Family that prays together, stays together. Hold my hand and let's pray. Through the joy. Family that prays together, stays together. Hold my hand and let's pray. To you. Family that prays together, stays together. Hold my hand and let's pray.
That was beautiful. Sean, that was beautiful. Oh, I almost
Thank
started
you.
it over. Sorry.
Okay.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
Thank
Oh
you
my
so
God.
much.
You're welcome. And was that your wife singing with you?
No, that was a young lady by the name of Tammy Dozier. That's
Wow.
But that was Sean's
Yes,
wife in
yes,
the
yes.
picture.
We've done
Okay,
several.
your wife is beautiful. Yes. So Marie said she has a beautiful smile and such a sweet voice, and she said such compatible voices. And Ron said very nice. Yeah, I agree. All those, all
Thank you.
those.
Thank you. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Gosh, that's beautiful. And how true is that? Right?
Yes,
We
yes,
just want to
yes.
have peace. And I like that. That saying I've heard years, and we don't do it like we should. But the family that prays together stays together. And you got to really listen, but it's in there.
You heard that,
I
Carolyn?
sure
I
did.
like
I
that.
sure did.
Yes.
I loved it. It was beautiful,
Yeah,
and if we did more of that, it would help, but
that's right.
just to have
That's right.
peace, you, especially as you get older, to me, right, John, as you get, I'm saying
Mhm.
John, but to me, as you get older, you just want peace. You don't want
That's
drama.
right.
You don't want
It's
fighting. You just,
priceless.
yes, no, it really is. And
It
that's why I
really is.
think as we get older, at least in my opinion, people, you kind of move away from certain, you just, because you're just like, no, that's not peace. I just want peace, because
That's
peace
right.
is
Right.
so important. So
That's
important.
right.
It is. That's beautiful. Great job, man. And so you wrote that, right? You wrote it and recorded it?
Yes. 4 a.m. in the morning.
Well, it came
I
to you then.
Yes, I'll try to go back to sleep, but it won't let me rest. I have to
Mhm.
get up
Yeah.
and write, and I get on my keyboard and start putting my chords together, and that's how my music comes to me. It's usually that early in the morning.
Wow. Do you ever have, we've talked about this a lot on the podcast. Do you ever have a song where you like literally hear it? Because I've had that happen. And I always say, well, God sent it to me. It's literally, I hear it like there's a radio. It sounds weird, but
Yeah,
I'm like,
all of my songs, I hear them
wow.
before I even go to the studio. I hear
Oh my
everything,
God.
you know,
Yeah.
from the smallest little intricate parts, I hear it. And then the hardest part is trying to get the person in the studio
To
to
hear what you
hear
hear.
what I'm hearing. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
my issue has always been that I don't play music. I mean, I want to. I have a guitar, I have a keyboard, but I don't play them right. So it's in my head, and I'm like, okay, this is how I know it's supposed to sound. But trying to, like you said, and
Yes.
especially true if you don't play an instrument, because then you're like, well, it goes like da da da, you know. So Marie said
You'd be
that's the way
amazed.
it is.
Michael
Like,
Jackson did that. Michael
yeah,
Jackson, he was the same way. He didn't play per se. He would have it in his head, and
yeah.
they would bring it out.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So Marie said that's the way it is. My poetry in the middle of the night, and I can't go back to sleep till I write it. Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
think
Hey,
all of
you,
us
I've had,
you want to
songwriters.
not have peace?
yeah,
You try to go back to sleep,
yeah,
Maurice, right?
you can't.
It's not happening.
Yeah, and to me, and it has, for me personally, it hasn't happened with all my songs, but a few. And when it happens, I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? Because it's the best songs. To me, it is. It's
Yeah,
the best songs,
yeah,
and I'm like, and that's why I said, God is just playing all these things in place. Because after all of these years, now I'm finally able to get some of my songs done. You know what I mean? It's been all the years because I didn't play
Mm.
music. So,
yeah.
God lines up everything for us when he says, okay, now it's time, just like it's time for you guys to meet. It's time for you guys to share this with the world, man. That's so beautiful. So
Yes.
let's go ahead and get to the next song. I don't want
Okay.
to rush, but I know it's already getting late. So the next song is Jesus is My Rock. Now, y'all, I got to tell
Okay.
you, I made the video for this kind of.
Yeah.
Neither one of them have seen it. It's just a little something, but it touched me, and I didn't listen to the whole thing again. I promise. I try not to cheat.
Hmm.
Let me put that on here. Who wants
Yeah.
to tell me about Jesus is My Rock? Who wrote that?
I can tell a little about it
Well,
because
Dennis
that's
is
another
not
one.
here.
Oh, okay,
That's
that's
one
right.
of Dennis's songs, but
Okay,
Dennis
okay.
gave me a little of the background info, and so he said this one started for him. And Dennis, I think, is kind of what we've been talking about too, where he knows where he's going with something, and then he just has to figure it out. But this one started with that bass line, that boom, 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 boom. He's got
Okay.
that thing going right, and then he started filling in. And once again, the lyrics are fairly obvious what it's about, but it's like that's the rock you're standing on, and so
Yes,
it's sort of
absolutely.
where it's coming from, and you won't miss that either, I don't think so.
Oh, beautiful. Well, again, it's going to touch a lot of people. It really will.
Yeah,
Gosh, I'm so excited for you guys. I really am excited when there's such a positive message and it's going to help people, because people are struggling. People
yeah.
are struggling and they need to know. They need to know all of this. And I'm so glad y'all are getting the message out there. So y'all ready? Let's play Jesus
Well,
is My
let me
Rock.
just say one quick thing
Yes.
too.
Go
You'll
ahead.
see
Sorry.
the name Deacon J in Communion. That's
Yes.
kind of Dennis's branding for stuff that he does
Oh,
in his.
okay.
So this is one we've talked about doing as Out of the Whirlwind, but this is a Dennis release at this point. So that's Deacon J in Communion is his Facebook channel.
Okay, so they can check him out there, and they can check all of your songs, all of your Out of the Whirlwind songs on YouTube, right? And where else?
Well, this one's on YouTube now, and then we have Out of the Whirlwind 1, the number 1. After that is our Facebook page. For instance, my Facebook page is Songs by John Music.
Okay.
And my YouTube is Songs by John 1. So once again, if you go there, you'll find that's where a lot of this content aggregates. And I have everything from cooking videos to exercise
I
videos.
see that.
And you can
I love
appreciate
it.
that, Carolyn. That it's like we live in a world where we have to do a lot of things nowadays.
I know, absolutely. But I was showing my husband some of your videos, John. I was like, look at that. He stretches, he cooks. I love that. I think that's wonderful. So
Oh,
my
good,
grandson came in to say hi. Say hi.
Hello.
He said hello.
Hi.
Hello.
You'll be really quiet. If you're not, you should be really quiet. Okay, so let's play this. Okay, Jesus is My Rock. Do you want to go back in there with Mom?
I'll sing this.
Okay, you have to be very quiet, okay? Okay, sorry, guys. Here we go. He's my sunshine, too, I tell you. Here we go. Jesus is My Rock. I hope y'all like the video. It's not a big deal, but I try to do it justice.
It's more
Here
than
go.
we had.
Can't wait to see this.
Right?
Jesus is my rock, that's how I roll. His mercy go to him myself when I'm alone. And never present help I can count on. Yeah, he gives me peace that surpasses understanding. He gives me joy that comes in the morning. He gives me grace and mercy everlasting. I have the hope, praise God, when Jesus is my rock. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. When I am down and don't know what to do, the Lord will lift me up and see me through. A strong and mighty fortress through the storm. Miraculous His wonders to perform. Well, He gives me peace that surpasses understanding. He gives me joy that comes in the morning. He gives me grace and mercy everlasting. I have the hope, praise God, when Jesus is my rock. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. Well, my God, that's so worthy. My Lord, that's so worthy. Praise Him 'cause He's worthy. My God, that's so worthy. Take it up, we're gonna praise Him. Yeah, praise Him. Jesus gonna praise Him. Yeah, we're gonna praise Him. Jesus is my rock, that's how I roll.
Hold on, I
I've
muted
gotten so
myself.
inspired. I'm over here going,
That was
I wish I could hear it.
I know you can't hear him. That was beautiful. Marie made a good point. 2 good points. She said, I like this. It's so upbeat. And she said a happy song. Yeah, it is. Jesus is my rock.
Yes.
That's how I roll. It's really cool. I like it.
It's Marie.
Everybody
Oh, I think I said Maurice. It's Marie. Okay.
Yeah, Marie.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah,
if
you're
you can
right,
hear
Marie.
that
That's okay.
bass line and stay in your seat, well,
Yeah, I
that's
know.
a hard
My
thing to
grandson
do.
was over here dancing. Then his mom said, get out of there. He was over here dancing. He said, can I sing? I said, of course. But I had the mic muted. Great job. Yeah, Ron's right. Ron said, very cool song. Yeah, that was beautiful. So good job. Good job, man. You guys are talented. I love the way you all pull your talents and you make it a song from the, you just don't know. And that's what's so amazing about it, that you all came together. So we have one more song I want to get to.
Okay.
One Night in Bethlehem. John, you want to tell us about that, or do you want to?
Yes. Well, this literally, I spent the better part of a decade writing a play, a musical. It's a full-length musical that you could hour and a half thing. I described it as imagine thinking of the song or the musical Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat from a number of years ago. But this is about the backstory of Jesus' birth coming up. So every character in the play has one or more songs. And then the play, part of what I wanted to do musically is kind of draw out some of the drama in it and the humanity where we sort of lose sight of that. Like, in the Christmas story, you hear, it's like, oh, the Herod was out to kill Jesus, so he and his parents left and went to Egypt. Well, imagine you're those parents now. It's like the leader of your country wants to kill your newborn child. Well, that's kind of dramatic, It's like you lose that drama in the story. And so, I tried to bring some of that out. And this particular song we're playing is the theme song. It's the finale song, One Night in Bethlehem, that tells kind of the summary story of what the play's about. And the play, if anyone's interested, it has been published by Eldridge Publishing.
Nice.
If you went to their website is 95church.com, and you could look up One Night in Bethlehem and find it there.
Wow, congratulations. I mean, we deal with so many singers, songwriters, and so many of them have no publisher. You know what I mean? They're self-published or they're just trying, and y'all have accomplished so much.
Yeah.
I'm honored to have you on the show. I really am honored. The fact that you've already made through the first round of Grammy for that one song, that's amazing. Gosh, thank you for being here. That means so much to me. Let's
Yeah.
play this song. Oh man. So this is from basically the viewpoint of the parents. Interesting. What a great
Well,
idea.
not the whole thing. I mean, everybody in the play is a song. So Herod is a song. His song's
Okay.
called "Love, Hate, Ambition, and Power." Right?
Oh,
You know, it's a nasty little rock song, right?
yeah.
For Herod, but like there's songs where Mary and Joseph are doing a duet. Kind of like they're a married couple. You lose
Right.
that. There's songs by Simeon and Anna. When the Jesus is going to be baptized or 6 days old and going to the temple, right? And so there's just songs by everyone who's in that story in the book of Luke and Matthew. And then I have the angel Gabriel as sort of like the narrator, but he's also the guy who ties the story together a little bit.
Wow, man, I'd love to see that. That would be really cool. That sounds like a movie to me. That you need to make it
Well,
into a movie.
it's like I say, if you do the play, it's an hour and a half play. So
Wow, that's awesome. Gosh, you must be so proud. So let's hear this, see this, and hear it.
okay.
I'm gonna make sure I've got the One Night in Bethlehem. I always double check the names. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
One night in Bethlehem, and history was changed. One night in Bethlehem, and the world was not the same. Salvation made a beachhead in a cold and fallen world. The story began with an angel and a girl.
The heroes of this love story are ones we would not choose.
But when the voice of God was heard, not one of them refused. Unlikely cast, unlikely path on the road to eternity. Why start the reign of grace in such obscurity? All they had was an angel guiding. All they had was a path unknown. All they knew was faith abiding and that they were not alone. One night in Bethlehem, and history was changed. One night in Bethlehem, and the world was not the same. Salvation made a beachhead in a cold and fallen world. The story began with an angel and a girl.
When the master is the servant, the world turns upside down.
God reveals his ways to be so unlike our own.
Creator to creation, love holy and divine.
Jesus night in Bethlehem, and history was changed. One night in Bethlehem, and the world was not the same. Salvation made a beachhead in a cold and fallen world. The story began with an angel and a girl. Oh, 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 oh.
Wow, another great song. That was so beautiful. Gosh,
Yeah.
that was
John is
beautiful.
a very talented guy.
Yes, the video. Gosh, the video, John, is amazing. Is that video, silly question, but it can't be from a play, or is it?
No, I had put together video from a number of sources I had,
Wow.
but yeah, it turned out well, I think.
Yeah, it turned out really well. Marie said love it, and I agree with you, Marie. That's a great way to put it. Love it. There's hardly fantastic, John. That's what Ron said.
Thank you again, Ron.
Yes.
Completely agree. Gosh, you guys are so talented. Like I said, it's been an honor to have you on here. It really has been.
Yeah.
I
Well,
hope and pray
I
that
really appreciate being here too. I mean, on our side, it's hard to have something like this happen, so it's really good for us.
really that's so nice. Well, I'm going to tell you, like I tell everyone that's been on our show, please keep sharing everything with me. If you have something new, like a new release, please share it with me. And if you have something big and you want to come back at a later date, we would love to have you. I love being able to support you. And please let me know how the Grammys go, because that is incredible. I mean, I could say, hey, I had some guys on the show that were nominated for a Grammy. That's a huge. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
amazing.
Well,
That's
if that
amazing.
happens, our lives will change.
It
Let me
will.
tell
It
you.
will change. You won't be coming on my show, probably. You'll be like, no, we're too big for you now, Carolyn.
Oh no.
No. Well, two things
We
about
remember
you,
where
Carolyn.
we started.
Do what?
Two things
what?
about you is one, great video on Jesus is My
Oh,
Rock.
thank you.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And two, I'll never forget your name because that's my mother's name.
Oh, really? Aw.
What's
That's what
funny,
it
I
is.
can tell
Yeah.
Sean, my mom was Carol with an E at the end. Because she was
Really?
born
So
December
Caroline.
21st. So she was her mom's Christmas Carol, right? So,
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I get called Caroline, Carolina, everything. Marie said, I would love to know how the Grammy goes. I'm praying for them to win. I know, Marie. If we had
Thank you,
if we
Marie.
could vote or anything, we would so do it. But post it. Please share it with me. Y'all keep in touch with me and let me know how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, even now, I know you feel the same way. It would be so great to win it. But the fact, if you even got past the first round, to me, that's huge. I mean,
Yeah.
I would be like, wow. But I hope and
I
pray
will
you win.
admit,
Why
over
would
the years, I've because
Yes.
One Night in
Yes.
Bethlehem actually was in the musical theater category when it came out in 2016 of the Grammy. And I will admit, in my mind, I've given a Grammy acceptance speech a few times.
I'm sure. Well, you have to. You have to think, well, what if I win?
Yeah.
When I win? Well, if when it's God's time, if you're meant to win, it's going to happen. You couldn't hold it back. You couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
And your message. Go ahead.
Everyone has the speech prepared.
Just
Since the
in
time you're little, you have that speech.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hope and pray you get to use those speeches. So Marie said positive thoughts. Absolutely. So gentlemen, it was such an honor to have you both on here. I really do
Yeah.
appreciate it. I'll keep praying for you guys that everything continues to go as well as it's been going, and make sure you tell, I got to make sure, Dennis, what a great job he does. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Honestly,
Yeah.
what an
Can
honor.
I say just one
And we
last
can't forget about Larry. Larry's not on here either, but Larry, he's part of the group now. He plays the keys for us now. So
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Larry
Well,
Blake
Larry,
is his
when you
name.
go back and watch this, Larry, good job. Good job,
Yeah.
Larry.
And
I hope
actually, our bass player on the recording, Dale Giattamaso, who
Okay.
happens to be my brother-in-law of all things, and is a wonderful bass player. He's not with us, But
Yeah.
I was going to mention one thing we talked about if we'd get
course.
to it. But if anyone did like the One Night in Bethlehem stuff, I made a video advent calendar that's on my YouTube page. And you can go there, and every day of Advent, there's a 1-minute video that's a slice out of the songs through there. And so,
Beautiful.
there's lots of ways to celebrate Advent, but that was something I did. It was actually a challenge, and you'll appreciate this, but I did, I think, a total of 56 videos, because we did
Oh,
9/16 as well as 16 nines. And so I did like 56 videos in like 20
56
days.
videos.
It was crazy. So,
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of work because they're very tedious and time consuming.
yeah.
But it's worth it. It's worth it to get, once you get that finished product, what a feeling of pride. Wow. That's beautiful. Great job, John. Man, I've really enjoyed having you guys on. I need to get off because my grandson's about ready to go to bed and he's like, Grandma. It's been such an honor.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you and your
welcome.
audience, Marie,
Yes,
Ron,
Marie.
and whomever else was on here. Thank you
Yes.
guys so much for that. As Marie said, that positive energy. That's definitely what feeds us and
Yes.
gives us inspiration to continue on.
Yeah, and I
Pursuing
have got the best. Yeah, and I've got the best feeling that it's just going to keep getting better and better for you guys because you're doing it for all the right reasons. You're doing it to really help spread God's love and spread the word. And gosh, that's beautiful. I mean, it really, really is beautiful. I appreciate you. And like I said, I'm honored to have you on the show. It's been an honor.
Well,
The prednisone is knocking me out. Oh yeah. So poor Marie, she had to get she's having to take prednisone. She's having some issues. God bless you, Marie. She's such a great lady, y'all. She's just wonderful.
yeah.
And it's been an honor to meet y'all. I hope to see y'all soon. Maybe who knows? Keep in touch. Maybe we'll do another show and bring some more new stuff on.
We certainly
love
have
every
enough
minute.
stuff to come back again.
All right. Thank you so much.
You do, which is great. Oh my gosh, that's great. Thank y'all so much, and God bless you for real. I hope He continues to bless you. And He's leading. He's just opening up all these doors for you because now's the time. You know what I mean? I'm a big believer in that. I do, and it's just I just have a good feeling that it's going to keep just blossoming. It's going to turn into something even bigger than probably you could even imagine. And that's just. That's mind blowing, but it's true. If you're doing what He wants you to do, so I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, God bless you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and
thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Blessings your way too.
Take care of that grandson.
I will. I will. My little sunshine. Y'all take care, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye
Good
now.
night. All right,
Bye,
John.
ladies
Talk to
and
you. All right.
Have a good night.